This is another segment of Rick Davis's Talking Gold. We're going to show you some things about gold that you probably never knew before. Maybe you'd like to, or maybe you wouldn't like to, but stay tuned for some fun and games, and hopefully we'll show you some things you didn't know.
The year was 2005. George W. Bush is inaugurated in Washington, D.C. for his second term as the 43rd President of the United States. Pope John Paul II dies and over 4 million people travel to the Vatican to mourn him. Surgeons in France carry out the first human face transplant, and gold closed out the year at $516.60. With prices recently hitting all-time highs, isn't it time to cash in on your broken and unused gold?
I'm Rick Davis, and I'd like to buy your gold, silver, diamonds, and coins. We sit around, we talk to the people, we explain what we're doing, we explain what they have, and we show them how we're paying them for it, and then we pay you, yes, in cash. If you prefer a check, we'll pay in check. We buy all day, every day, gold, silver, diamonds, coins. We've been here 36 years, we pay you better, there's no game, there's no gimmick. I'm Rick Davis, and I want to pay you cash for your gold.
For up-to-the-minute prices on gold, silver, or platinum, visit Rick's website at www.rickdavisgoldanddiamonds.com. While there, look for Rick's specials to take advantage of. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, your friend in the jewelry business. Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store. Rick, I have a whole pocket full of old coins here. How do I know what they are worth? From Bob in Cleveland.
Well, Bob, if you take your coins in 1964 and older, are 90% silver coins. That's half dollars, quarters, dimes, and dollars. The 40% silver comes into half dollars, and that's half dollars only, 1965 through 1970. That's 40% clad. All the rest of them, 90%. That's how you separate them, by the date. And thanks for asking. Hi, I'm Rick Davis. I'm here to give you some facts and figures on buying, selling, or trading anything of value. Gold, silver, diamonds, and coins 101. These are lessons that will come in helpful in your everyday buying and selling of gold, of silver, of diamonds, of coins. Hopefully it'll be educational and a little fun along the way too. So thanks for tuning in. We hope you return more often.
Old Fathead's here with me tonight. And he's probably got a skinny head tonight because he's been busy today. They've about scalped him. He was over there working by himself today, and he's been busy as a bee today. And I was there during the most of it, and I was just amazed at how many people came through there and what all they had today.
Oh, it was
absolutely amazing today.
We had silver. I've never seen so much silver. We had 980 something grams of just 14 karat gold tonight. You're talking about $30,000 worth of gold. People brought dental gold. They had, well, I can't even remember all of it. It all runs together. We started at 9:30 this morning.
So you
And-
opened early today?
Well, I mean, we always get in about 9:40, 9:30, 9:40. I hit the floor at 5:15 this morning, and then I just now got up, got done, got everything packed, got over here, and drove by my house and waved at my wife. She was out watering flowers. I mean, literally didn't even stop. So
I
it's,
understand. I know what you mean. I've done some
yeah,
of the same,
yeah,
except I
I know.
didn't stop long enough to eat supper. I think that's called workaholic.
well, I don't know. I think workaholics when you want to do it. I have no choice. I have to do it.
Well, I'm in the same boat. So how much is it tonight? Did it stay up?
You know, the gold cannot, and I say cannot, every time I say it cannot, something will
it
happen,
does.
it will. But, you know, somewhere along the line, this bubble's gonna bust. It's not gonna last forever. So where is it gonna correct and everything, you know, start going back to normal? There's no way to monitor that. Some of the Einsteins out there that think they know all the formulas, they can't, you know, I mean, they'd be playing the stock markets and making millions and millions of dollars if they knew, if there was a formula. There's just not one. It's just too many factors are involved in it, and, you know, all we do, we buy it, we sell it, we don't hold it, we don't speculate on it. Somebody said to me, if you think silver's going up, why don't you hold all this silver you're gonna buy? Lord, we couldn't last 3 days holding it. I mean, we buy so much, we've got to take our little bit of profit, turn it, and be ready to go again the next day.
What's your turnover time? I mean, if I brought a big load of silver in there, you get rid of it that day?
No. We lock our prices in on a daily basis. We ship our merchandise sometimes every 3 to 5 days, but we've got a 2-week backlog on our holding lines. So, you know, there's just so much time that everything has to be tied up. You've already got a fortune tied up in just your hold.
Right.
I'm buying now based on tomorrow morning. It might be 7 to 12 days before it ever gets locked in and shipped. So, you know, it's somewhat of a gamble to do that. I mean, I do it on a daily basis, so as I buy, I lock in my prices. And that's a guarantee. But if you don't do it and either you get too lazy to do it, or you get greedy and you start saying, well, I think I'll just hold this, that's where you get in trouble. And I just don't do it, because it's as much my employees' money as it would be mine. If I jeopardize anything to hurt the employees, I hurt myself, I hurt them. So, you know, I just don't want to take that chance.
Well, that's why it took you so long to leave there today. You had to pack it up. and
Oh,
get
yeah,
ready to
you know,
go.
it's every
ready
day,
for tomorrow.
every vault, you know, there's 5 different vaults in there, you know, and they're used different ways, different days, different, you know. You know, people say, well, you make it look easy. Well, we make it look fairly easy, because all they see is we're sitting there cutting up and handing out cash and throwing gold on the scales. But in the back of my mind, I'm running like a little rat that's on a treadmill.
Well, I watched you today for an hour, and you were running like a little rat.
You know, and you try to make it as easy as you can, and make it look comfortable, but there's a whole lot goes on behind the scenes, and you've heard me say that before, that people just don't see, and they don't dream of what it is.
Well, can you tell us what it is? Or is that a trade secret? Can't
No,
tell
I
us.
mean, it's no secret. It's when I say behind the scenes, I'm talking about banking, change. Change is a tremendous problem that you not really think about.
Well, I thought about that today because I overheard your conversation with somebody today, and you said help, so I knew
Yeah,
that you.
well, you know,
that you some help.
I needed some heavy
Yeah.
change right then, because you can't sit there with $100 bills all day.
Right.
If you're out of hundreds, you've got 20s, so now you have to pay somebody a large amount of money. You've got to pay them in 20s. That's bulky. They don't want to carry
That's
that.
right. And you got to count it. It takes
You know,
time to
yeah,
count
sure
it.
it does. And so you're, down to 5s and 10s. You know, if you need those for the deals that you've got to make $855.
You got to have
You got to have your
$20 bills
5s,
for
your
gas
10s,
cards.
your 20s. That's it. You know, and We have plenty of 20s. Usually we've got an abundance of 20s, but we're short on 5s, we're short on 10s. Ones, ones are a problem, just simply to keep from either rounding up or down for the customer. It don't matter.
Well, is that something that Jason helps you do? Because Jason's not there on Wednesdays.
Yeah, Jason carries his weight every day. I mean, he does the same things I do every day. It's just, from the time we get up and we actually walk in the store, you're dealing with how much cash is available, how much change is available, how much more do you need to have in there. A big deal, you can have a deal walk in that can eat up all your money anytime.
I wondered about that.
And then all of a sudden you're sitting there, you have no cash, and you've got 30 people trying to sell their merchandise, and you don't have any cash, so you've got to be on top of it enough to know what your limitations are at the bank, how much you can lay your hands on immediately, where it comes from, how quick you can get it there. And then the other things going on in the back is after we buy all this, there's breaking it down, and there's weighing, doing the positive weights on bulk, not just on this silver set and that silver set and this silver set, but all of it together weighs how much. How many total ounces do we have on sterling and 925 and 999, and how many?
Well, you keep it. You've got a little chest over there beside you, a little drawer thing, and I notice on the front of it it says like 14 and 10, silver, so forth and so on. So you put it in there when you buy it, and then at the end of the day you've got it, so you just pull that out.
Well, all during the day we separate from those drawers into bigger compartments in the back, and those go into bigger sorting bins. There'll be, it's not uncommon to have $75,000, $80,000 in a particular carat of gold, and then that's all got to be weighed, it's got to be bundled, it's got to be packaged. We have to know what day it come in, what day it can go out, what day, there's just, it's a tremendous workload for any 3 people, and we've got 1 person doing most of it. So, it's just very, very busy in the background that, I had one guy say to me today, he said, "Oh man, you don't look like you're working too hard." And I said, "No, not really. I'm just sitting here by the pool having a pina colada and doing something." And he said, "Well, the store looks good, proud of, and left." And I was thinking when he left, I thought, boy, if he knew I'm sitting up here trying to act like there's nothing to it, and over here we're scurrying around every minute trying to keep everything together. So it can be quite deceiving. I'm Rick Davis, and we're going to take a little break, but at the same time, we'd like to invite you to stop by our store at 5301 Brainerd Road. Come in and get to know us a little bit, chit-chat, ask a few questions. We're your friend in the jewelry business.
How does Rick Davis see hundreds of people every day and nobody waits over 15 minutes? It's simply the system. Check in with the Golden Girls first. They divide your jewelry into plastic bins. Next, wait for your number to be called. This may be my favorite part, because it is never a long wait and it gives me the opportunity to look around the showroom. Then, when my number is called, I get to see Rick or Jason. Both of them are great. They give me a value on my items and I decide if I want to sell it or not. Of course, I always do because Rick pays the best. Last, I sign out with Miss Norma. She's really a gem, and I'm on my way. I always have a great time with Rick and his friendly staff. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
I'm Rick Davis, and we've set up a department in our store now for layaways for Christmas. The economy's bad, people sell their gold, but they also have things of interest to other customers. So we've got it 70% off of retail price. You don't have to pay high prices any longer. Plus, we've added the layaway. It's absolutely free layaway. Come in, make your selection with our well-informed staff. Put it in layaway, make your down payment. There's no layaway fees, no layaway charges. 70% off, and you still get to put it in layaway till Christmas. Come and see us. Rick Davis, thank you, and God bless.
My experience was great. I always enjoy working with Rick. He's the only person I will come and see. I think he's an amazing man. I've known him for years, and I'm always satisfied when I leave here. And my wait here was only 15 minutes. That's why I like it. You're in and out. And he takes real good care of you. So come and see Rick Davis.
All right, we got a caller over here. You got a question for Rick?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got some silver dollars, and I know you've explained this before, but I just found these. They are 1971, 76, 78, so forth. How much are they worth?
Well, they're worth $1 if you can take them to the grocery store. Those are Ike dollars, Eisenhower dollars, and they're just, there's no silver in them unless you got lucky and found a 1970 or 71 that was in a proof set. There are no Ike dollars out there that have any silver in them, so you can just spend them. You can feel good about spending them.
Okay. All right. What about a Kennedy Ike dollar that has 1776-1976 on it?
That's a bicentennial dollar, and it has absolutely no value of silver in it, no collectible value unless it's in a sealed mint set.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you something else. I don't understand, but now when people bring these things into you, where do you take them to, and where do you get all this money?
We have to keep, that's what we were just talking about. We have to keep it flowing. We have to keep rolling it in order that every day has to keep going to fund the next day. We sell directly to the smelters in New York, or we'll sell to Handy and Harmon, or we'll sell to Dallas Gold, or, it's whoever's going to bid the most is the way we move it. But we have to be as...
How do you get it there?
Beg your pardon?
How do you get it to these people?
Well, I can't tell you that. Then you'd be following my little truck around.
Okay. Okay.
Now, we ship FedEx. FedEx does a tremendous job. We've got accounts with FedEx. We've got insurance with FedEx that backs all of our shipments. You have very little trouble losing metal. That's not any of the problems. It's just the cost to get it there. We had the deal the other day that you may have heard part of it on the air. It was a $15 million deal that we was trying to work out through Texas and get it handled for a man out of Cleveland. His shipping charge, just shipping and insurance on this bullion deal, was $65,000.
The shipping was
Just the shipping. The shipping alone was $65,000. And, at first we started thinking about renting a motor home and just having a couple of guards and send them out there with it on a trip. And that wasn't feasible because that much silver would bust the chassis on the average motorhome half in two. You can't even carry it on one motorhome. So you have to go Brinks or FedEx or somebody that's got big super equipment to move that kind of merchandise.
Okay, then those people buy it from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
It's just the chain of command, and when it leaves those people, you know where it goes, don't you?
No.
The federal government.
Oh, okay.
The federal government buys from them, and then they melt it and they put it back down in gold American Eagles or silver American Eagles, and then it comes right back out on the market and is sold back to the buyers again.
Well, now that's interesting. I didn't know that.
It's all taken from different forms of jewelry and different forms of silver, brought down to pure state, minted in gold coins, and resold again on the market. That's what keeps our currency rolling. That's what keeps the country going.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
Does that answer your questions?
It sure does.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for calling.
Oh, how about that? I didn't know that. That was interesting to find that out.
Never-ending circle.
Yeah.
Well, that's all it is.
And then it gets circulated again, it comes back out here, then it goes back over there, then you buy
They
it.
sell it. They sell it for $30, $40 over what it's worth. The people hold it for a while. As it gets worth more, they come back in. They sell it again to me. I buy it $20, $30 under what it's worth. I put it in the pot. I sell it back to the smelter. Smelter goes to the federal government. Next thing you know, here it comes again. It's the cycle.
Well,
That's why they call it recycling.
She didn't ask you this, but I'm sure she'd like to know. So you sent it by FedEx to those people. You sent it to them COD?
No.
Oh, they send you.
No.
They send
All that's done wire transfers, interbanks, and
Okay.
they send cashier's checks sometimes in a bank, or They'll wire the money, wire transfer the money.
And you're not the only person that they buy it from.
Oh, no, there's some of these
So they're
companies,
all
you're
over the
talking
United
about
States.
places that do $100 million in a day.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, I mean,
We
there's.
can't even imagine
Can't even
that.
imagine, no. You're talking about trucks backing up and unloading like you would at a typical Sears store that's having 8 or 10 big trucks unloading merchandise. Imagine that, except it's Brinks trucks and unloading nothing but bullion and gold from all over the country, and it's being shuffled.
So how many of these companies are, you call them smelters?
Well, there's, you know,
Or,
it's the big buyers. It's the buck stops here, that kind of thing. Federal government, whether it be, you know, you can talk about Handy and Harmon, Dallas Gold. You can talk about a lot of different companies.
so that's what I want to talk about. How many of those are there in the United States?
Oh, there's probably 100. You know.
Not that, I mean,
Not that,
100 is not a lot.
not as big as Handy and Harmon.
Right, 100 is not a lot.
No.
Okay.
That's, you got 1 or 2 here and there, and you know,
Right.
and they're very private and they're very large.
All right, caller, are you there?
You talking to me?
Yep.
Okay, I have some 22-karat gold foil baseball cards. And if I want the gold foil torn off and melt down, where can I get that done at?
Well, if it could be done, we would do it for you and be happy to do it for you. But it's that gold foil that's on there is no more than a 100th of a millimeter of just. It's almost like the gold that's brushed on picture frames when they put the gold dust to them to give them that gold look. There's no gold that can be reclaimed off of ball cards or glassware. You know, you'll see China sometimes, it has a gold rim around it.
Well, I got about 50 of them. I was going to see if I can get them, all melted down.
If you had 250 of them, there's not enough. You wouldn't get $1 worth of gold out of there if you tried to strip it at all.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I was amazed at one of the people that brought in some stuff on that day. This girl, she just had hundreds, it looked to me like, gold rings and chains and all kinds of things, charms and things. She had a charm bracelet.
2 charm bracelets,
and
one 22 karat and one 14 karat.
I think one of those charm bracelets, if I heard you correctly, I think you said $960.
That sounds right. The lady of the
One
lady
charm
of the
bracelet,
day.
girls.
Well, I've had charm bracelets today. Just today, I must have bought 5 or 6, but I had one charm bracelet today that was $2,300.
Oh my gosh.
18 karat, all 18 karat gold. I had another charm bracelet, it was $950, $960. I had a 21 karat charm bracelet. It only had 3 charms on it, but they were the size of silver dollars. It was gorgeous. But the deal I thought you was talking about was I had a lady walked in and she had
The lady that,
$8,000 is what I paid her.
yeah,
I believe that's correct, $8,000.
and she had a,
She had 2 boxes when the girls sorted them. She had 2 boxes. One was 10 karat, one was 14 karat. We had agreed on price, and she said there was one little piece in there that she would like to keep. And I said, well, all you got to do is show it to me, and I'll deduct this from, you know. And I'd probably given it to her and said,
you
you're
took it
all
off
right.
her charm bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But as she got in there to dig for this little piece she wanted to keep, she dumped the 10 karat back into the 14 karat bucket and started digging.
right.
An hour's worth of sorting, all just shot. And I said, that's all right. So after I put it down there, paid her, everything was fine. She got to keep her piece. And the girls, of course, screamed and hollered a little bit after work tonight when they had to resort the cups, but it was okay. It was just one of the little things that adds to the day. My name's Rick Davis. I know we're not the only one buying gold in this area, but we are the #1 buyer of gold in this area. We want to be your friend in the jewelry business. We want your business. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, your friend in the jewelry business for 36 years.
For up-to-the-minute prices on gold, silver, or platinum, visit Rick's website at www.rickdavisgoldanddiamonds.com. While there, look for Rick's specials to take advantage of. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, your friend in the jewelry business.
With the Christmas season just around the corner, we've decided to add our layaway department back wide open and running for your convenience. Free layaway, 90 days, same as cash, no interest whatsoever, 70% off on most items in the store, and it's there for all you have to do is ask. Part of the We the People give back to the people at Rick's Gold and Diamonds. We thank you. We hope you return and watch more segments of Rick's Talking Gold in the future. Thank you, and God bless.
How does Rick Davis see hundreds of people every day and nobody waits over 15 minutes? It's simply the system. Check in with the Golden Girls first. They divide your jewelry into plastic bins. Next, wait for your number to be called. This may be my favorite part because it is never a long wait and it gives me the opportunity to look around the showroom. Then, when my number is called, I get to see Rick or Jason. Both of them are great. They give me a value on my items and I decide if I want to sell it or not. Of course, I always do because Rick pays the best. Last, I sign out with Miss Norma. She's really a gem, and I'm on my way. I always have a great time with Rick and his friendly staff. I wouldn't go anywhere else. Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store.
I'm Rick Davis, and I'd like to thank you for watching the show. Hope you got some knowledge out of it. Hope you learned some things and picked up some footnotes along the way that you didn't fully understand. If we can answer any questions, remember we're located at 5301 Brainerd Road. We're your friend in the jewelry business. Thank you, and God bless.